Hey everybody, welcome to Using My Story. Today we're going to talk a little bit about fentanyl, aka Fetty. What is fentanyl? Fentanyl is a powerful synthetic opioid that in hospital settings or in medical settings, it's used to treat pain. People use it after surgeries, or even women use it in their epidural when they're going through childbirth. It was really created to treat severe pain. But nowadays it's being developed and created and sold in the streets. And a lot of people are dying from fentanyl use. You know, a lot of people, what's been said is even the tip, if you want to zoom in, the tip of this pen, a little dot or a little piece of fentanyl is enough to be a fatal dose. It could kill you. A lot of people are dying from fentanyl, even on accident. Some people are even saying, my loved one didn't overdose, they were poisoned. Why are they saying that? Because a lot of people are using fentanyl without even knowing it. Percocets, the fake Percocets, the fake M30 press pills. People are creating these pain medications or pain pills. They look like prescription pills, but they're really press pills and they have fentanyl in them, and people are dying off of these. I've been notified of somebody that I recorded a story of in Huntington Beach. You know, he was a meth smoker, but his meth had fentanyl in it, and he died instantly off of smoking that meth with the fentanyl in it. So fentanyl is extremely deadly, and it's being found more and more in street drugs. How does fentanyl compare to other opioids? Some people say, man, I thought heroin was the strongest, or I thought morphine was the most powerful opioid. But just to be clear about the strength of fentanyl, fentanyl is 50 times stronger than morphine. And there's some signs of addiction that we're gonna be able to talk about. What does it look like when my loved one is addicted to fentanyl? How could I help them? What are the signs? We're gonna dive into all that. So what are the signs of fentanyl addiction? How could I know if I'm addicted? This is a big question because a lot of people struggle with denial when it comes to being addicted. I've even heard people say, I'm not addicted, I just don't want to stop. I'm not addicted, I just like to use it every day. But here's some, easy to spot signs that you're developing an addiction to fentanyl. Number one, you have to use more and more to accomplish that same high. And the problem with this when it comes to fentanyl is when you use more and more to accomplish that same high, you're getting closer and closer into the opportunity for overdose. Overdose off fentanyl could be fatal. The ambulance getting there, it might not be enough time. A lot of people die on site. There's no one there to help you. There's nobody there with Narcan. It can go really bad really quickly. Another sign of addiction is maybe you used it, on the weekend or once in a while, and then you find yourself not being able to stop, not going from over the weekend to every other day to daily use. The last thing I want to talk about when it comes to signs of addiction are withdrawal symptoms. There's plenty of signs that show if you're addicted, but these are the three that I'm going to just focus on for this short video. Withdrawal symptoms. When you stop using fentanyl, or when you don't use fentanyl, your cravings go up. You start thinking about it more and more. You start sweating. You start having stomach issues. You start having nausea. You start vomiting. All of these are withdrawal symptoms of fentanyl, and it's proof that you're not just using it for recreational use anymore, but you're actually in a full-blown addiction to fentanyl. So the last thing I want to talk about is how can fentanyl addiction be treated? We all know about the problem, but what's the solution? I really want to encourage you, if you are struggling with addiction to fentanyl, or if you know somebody who's addicted to fentanyl, the big thing I want to tell you and encourage you with is to don't try to do it alone. That's one of the biggest issues and biggest roadblocks to getting actual true sobriety and actually having true recovery. Because when you try to do it alone, the withdrawal symptoms are going to get severe, the cravings are going to go up, and you're going to just go back to using again because you don't want to experience the pain and the discomfort of going without that drug. If you go to an inpatient program, I strongly recommend going to an inpatient detox program where there's nurses there. You'll be under a doctor's supervision. A doctor can even prescribe you what's called tapered medications, where they could basically give you an opioid that's gonna help you with the withdrawal symptoms, and they'll slowly taper you down so you're not taking opiates anymore. But instead of going cold turkey and experiencing all those withdrawal symptoms at the same time, they'll slowly, gradually taper you off the opiates. That way, the discomfort won't make you feel like going back and relapsing, leaving and getting high. It's still gonna be uncomfortable, but your chances of sticking it out are gonna be a lot higher. Then after that, you can go to outpatient programming, where they'll continue to drug test you and give you the accountability that you need. And the other good part of going to treatment is you identify the underlying issues of why you keep getting high. Why do you want to keep using? What are you running from? What are the issues that you don't want to face? All of those things can be dealt with in a treatment setting. And if you don't go to treatment, then you're going to deal with the withdrawal symptoms, you're going to deal with the underlying issues, you're going to deal with the cravings all at once. If you have a job and you need to take time off, they can help you do that in treatment. If you need help breaking the news to your family that you're struggling with addiction, all those things could be dealt with. If you have a loved one that's struggling, or if you're struggling personally, there's a link at the bottom of the screen or in the bio. Feel free to reach out. There's a lot of options, and I look forward to helping you out, and we'll see you next time.